And here we are, our fifth and final freighter for this evening's very special episode celebrating 100 subscribers. I hope that some of you are new to the series and will be joining us for the remainder. But for those of you who are part of that original group of 100 that got us to this milestone in the first place, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It really means everything. Just to show you real quick that I don't have anything in my inventory. I'm not cheating or anything. I'm just trying to edit this to make it a little bit more fun to watch. And as you can see, I don't have any oxygen or any shields. We're going in here basically naked. So if you've joined sort of halfway through the live stream, now you know what this is all about. Celebrating 100 subscribers, doing it as most difficult way as I can, coming in here with nothing, no bullets, no nothing, only using my laser if we run into trouble. So I was actually collecting all of the resources that I possibly could, but now I am going to go in even the most naked that I have. I'm just gonna leave the supplies in the box there. We're going in with bare minimum because this is the very last one for this evening. And we got a giant locker room this time and the snippet right here next to the beds. Let's see if we're lucky we get our pass on the first one again. Expedition event log follows. Data stamp 1368.0. Invested in Viking business on planet Obis. Return on investment 61%. Purchased goods on Mobilium system. Demand low. Sold at a small loss. Offered cut price minerals in the Immunuzi Monot system. Purchased merchant hid tracking device in mineral containers. Pirate ambushed fleet. Severe damage taken. All right, so there's a pretty clear pattern of these wrecked freighters basically being attacked by pirates, which totally makes sense. Why else would they have, containment breach or whatever happens to set off these things? Although some of them seemed like espionage, Maybe it was some outraged family member of somebody who was experimented on and turned into a monster, that they showed up and infiltrate the crew and set off the AI and kill everybody. That's what I think happened on the last one. We'll see what happens on this one. Maybe we'll get another clue in this right here. At least we don't have all of the bots flying around in this one, at least not yet. Ship AI log decrypted. Location tracking report for hireling Teuton. Fuel generation. Personal bioscan last detected 11 days ago in the main generator. 2 others present. Biometric readout indicates sudden electrical discharge. No further life signs. Okay, so they were doing some sort of maintenance on the electrical generator, is my theory. And then somebody set it off. Like, made it generate a bunch of like an electrical pulse that killed everybody in that room. And then they were probably replaced with doppelganger versions of themselves. That's what I'm going to go with for now. Oh man, I love those big locker rooms for the loot, but gosh, that takes a second. I'll probably speed it up for you guys. All right, we'll grab our free loot in the hallway. I love it when there is a heating unit in the hallway, so I know I'm not about to run into a death trap. And this is a snippet dead end. Partial cargo manifest follows. Welding soap, 871. Glistening egg, 9. Corvex casing, 732. Novel pathogen samples, 84.
Seal broken.
Okay, so there's some sort of like mind-controlled device. They had the glistening eggs as well, which may be part of the issue that this freighter had. I've been avoiding setting off those barrels, but I'm gonna keep blowing them up every place I see them now. Maybe not when it's that close to me though. Okay, at least there's a heater just inside here. And another secret lab in deep space. Ship's AI log decrypted. Location tracking report for Secretary Usid. Personal bioscan last detected 14 days ago in the main generator. 1 other present. Biometric readouts Entity in multiple pieces. Okay, you should not go to the generator room in this freighter. Bad things happen in the generator room, yo. Monitoring and maintenance logs accessed. Event record follows. Data stamp 1869.1. Disposal tube clogging and catering unit. Outcome maintenance requested. Software error and offices mess. Sensor restarted. Uncategorizable bioscan detection in observatory. Outcome extermination unit 7 deployed. All right, so there's a lot to unpack there. We did get lucky and get our pass, so that's awesome. But the fact that they have at least 7 extermination units is telling for what they were doing in this lab. Also, the fact that the disposal clogged in the catering, I'm thinking that was more of them like liquefying people and then like putting them down the disposal and then it clogged. Anyway, my mind was going crazy on that entry. Man, these automated sentries are not giving up. They're coming out of the walls, man. They're coming out of the walls. I can understand those audio recordings that we're finding now. They're phasing through the walls. Nothing can stop them. They revent them into space and they just keep coming back. All that stuff. All right, we got our computer over here. Oh, fantastic. We now have our own blueprint for an emergency heater. Man, wouldn't it be cool if you could build those yourself and turn them on? But I don't think I can construct things inside of the freighter, unfortunately. And I don't have the gold and the pure ferrite that we need to build one anyway, but that would be an awesome cheese. I see another heating unit over there in that corner. Let's go ahead and make sure we don't leave any of those suckers alive. But I think we can get our computer now. Okay, let's see where this crew was. The commander's in a redacted area again. The chief engineer in the AI coolant chamber. And the petty officer in the airlock. The junior navigation, Rajala. The engineering bay. All right, well, I guess those are our co-conspirators who were working against the others on this particular freighter. All right, we got another double hangar room. Maybe we'll get some decent upgrades off of this one. And at least they considered designing this hangar with like launch bays. Only 2 C-class upgrades in them though. That doesn't bode well for the quality of this freighter. I'm thinking if you find a starship hangar like that. Oops, I didn't even see this PDA. Partial cargo manifest. We got barrels of liquid, but refurbished security droids, 94 of them, and a cargo alert that's active. I knew it. There is something up with the security droids on these ships. They've been like pumped up. Ooh, another clue. Ah, dang. This is just the same one we did before. Let me just skip through this. And we've got another big scary lab with turrets, loads of turrets. All right, well, where to begin? By blowing up this? Any of you droids gonna come attack me now? What if I destroy all of these canisters? Y'all basically protect them. I know that they're hiding up in the ceiling. Gonna pop out as soon as I start reading the PDA. But actually, you know, I think I can get most of the stuff we need to get without having to upset these turrets. If I can get past this one. Son of a frick! All right, well, we're fighting. I mean, it would have been boring if we didn't do anything. And I told you, there's the frickin', I can hear it shooting me in the back. Oh, God, I'm gonna get out of this corner. If I stay here, I'm gonna turn into Swiss cheese. I'm getting pulverized here. I've only got like 30% of my shield left. Come on, defense turret, just die. Just give it up. Hopefully I can kill it before I have to double back. Oh God, I hit the wall and now, okay, good. It only got a few more licks in on me. And now this automated security turret, and then there's another one here. I got like 15% of my shield left, but it's cool because I think that's all of those little bastards for now. There's probably tons of them on the other side of the room, but we should be safe in this corner now. I'll turn on the heater unit and we can read this snippet over here on this desk. Partial crew equipment record. Okay, for assistant on. Their locker contains a pressure hose, security pass, ungerminated seeds, and assorted shredded logs. Was accessed 2 days ago, and scans revealed that the alien spores are replicating on contents. Well, that doesn't sound too good. Those ungerminated seeds probably had a little extra spice on them. Now, let's see. Can we get what we need from here? Yep. I don't have to worry about this turret, hopefully. And now we can get our security mainframe. So this is the DNA one with the captain's log. Hopefully it's something new. Let me see. Ship-wide bioscans indicate severe incident. No duh. What are we gonna say? Incapacitated this time. Incapable of command. Okay. So we get a slightly different answer, but the result is always the same. Now we're able to log in with our security credentials that we found earlier. And trade computer insists we allow Korvik's friend to stay on board in my own bedroom, as if he were Gek. Yeah, this is the same one that we did before, unfortunately. So we didn't get any new lore out of this one, but we did get the captain's log, which we'll be able to sell here in just a minute, along with all of our other logs and crew manifests and everything else that I've gotten on this run. We're gonna liquidate down into nanites and credits and just see, you know, how worthwhile it all was. And we already got that one. Let's move on to door number 4. Bunch of freaking aliens and bats. The crazy thing too is those guys aren't even like in stasis or asleep. If you go up and look at them, they're like stare back at you. Their eyes move around and stuff. I can hear a droid in the walls, but it can't shoot me right now. What else have we got in here? Did we get everything in this room? I can hear it trying to get through the wall at me. I think we've got everything we need from this room. Maybe we can move on. Who cares if I set off the security system? Because I'm just gonna jump down the hatch anyway. Boom, and back on the ladder, of course. I swear, I'm never gonna replicate that. I was able to do it twice, and I'll never do it again. Second door number 4. Show me something more. What you got? An explodable crate. And some shield modules and some lore. Data extracted from medical bay logs. Partial record follows. Trader bag, catering, presented with service level bruising. Confine them to the sick bay for observation. Case number 33. Chance of recovery, 18%. Holy crap, what was going on this freighter when you show up with a bruise and they're like, this guy's gonna die? I mean, how bad could it be? It's surface level bruising. They must have known. All right, let's see what's in this one. Monitoring and maintenance logs. We got security pass rejection in the warp monitoring. Outcome, the alert was silenced by manual override. Wiring short in the anomaly containment hold. And the bridge was alerted this time. And they redacted a containment failure in the captain's quarters. Internal alert level raised. So, yeah. Obviously, lots of bad things happening on this freighter as well. I like that some of the freighters, they kind of mix and match the lore, and they got different bits and pieces of the same story. So the more of them you can do, the more of those sort of pieces you can find and figure out the whole narrative. I'm always accidentally spinning the chairs around. What do we got here? Expedition event log follows. Data stamp 2966.6. Traded goods between planets on the Simbrook system. Arrived in Afrojal Haji 6 system. Offered chance to invest in hazardous tourism business. Loss is catastrophic. That sounds like Jurassic Park to me, doesn't it? Like you invested in a dangerous park. Purchased supplies from merchant in the Nebulous first. Supplied components were faulty, causing some damage. So we bought some faulty parts, blew ourselves up, invested in Jurassic Park. Of course these guys want to invest in Jurassic Park. Look, they're building little tiny alien dinosaurs in here. Maybe it wasn't a dinosaur park, but it was like a monstrosity park where you would see all these horrible things. And then, of course, they would escape, and then they would kill everybody, and blase, blase, Hollywood movie. All right, I should be safe to stand here, I think. Another monitoring maintenance log. Let's see what else these guys were getting up to. They disabled the hangar camera. They only notify the specialist. The unspecified malfunctioning in the catering unit. Things always seems to go wrong in the catering unit. An alert is silenced. The rampant quasi-biological growth in wet storage, and the captain is alerted. I bet the captain's in on it. So I'm thinking, you know, there's a theme of the mess and the cleaning, like, I'm sorry, the mess being where like they eat, and the cleaning people that clean up messes. I realized that was confusing when I said it, but I feel like they must be poisoning the food or like trying to hide what they're doing to people from like the cleaning crews who would come in and see things. Anyway, that's what I'm putting together. For the captain's eyes only, and I'm captain, aren't I? Help get Albaga specialism, interstellar navigation, respect for command 82%, intelligence 41%, creativity 15%, company approval rating 39%, and predicted to die in 41.2 years. Small extra note from the previous captain. Preaching odd messages to the rest of the crew, must intervene, but without upsetting those converted. So this guy was starting a cult. All right, guys, I think this is going to be the last PDA entry of the night. The ship AI logging fragment recovered. AI internal memory encrypted. Automated report for drudge brokerage, cargo security. Average sleep time exceptional. Probe awareness high. Value of body parts extremely low. Conclusion, used for control. So this guy was not valuable enough to, you know, use for anything else. So they're like, hey, when we do tests on other creatures, we'll use this guy as like the control group that we don't mess with. So being kind of dumb and loyal, it at least gets you not poisoned. And now we're gonna see what we get from our very last freighter. Come on, something better than a C grade upgrade, please. Frickin' hell. A salvage hyperdrive upgrade. All right, well, that was our spooky run. I am going to go and liquidate all of our assets and refine down everything I can.